Recently, a trend of creating a Season 6 of BFDI, specifically a cast, has been trending a lot on Twitter and other social medias, and my video about it about a year ago has been gaining a lot more traction. So I thought, Inanimate Insanity is about to come out with a new season, so let me make my cast for it. And also, comment a number between 1 and 1,000 in the comments if you want to be a part of a $100 giveaway. There'll be more information about that at the end of the video. The discussion of a Season 4 hasn't really been brought up by any of the Inanimate Insanity crew members as long as I can find, so I honestly have no clue there's going to be a Season 4 of Inanimate Insanity, but here's my cast. And considering Season 2 and Season 3 were half new contestants, half rejoiners, I'm going based off that as well. And I'm not going to be making a newbie cast because that's going to take way too much work and it's probably not going to be accurate at all. So I'm just going to do the returning characters. And who I want to come back for a season the most is Soap. I think Soap is a super strong character, super funny. I think there's more complexity to Soap's character we didn't really get to see in II Season 2. And her being in the contestant vote season I think would be super cool because Soap is obviously a smart character and super strong in challenges. And I also want to see her build more relationships with characters because it feels like in Season 2 she kind of had a bit of a relationship with Microphone and a little bit of Suitcase, but really other than that she had no true friends on her season. Her main personality trait for most of the season was her just being a neat freak and cleaning everything, but the later in she got into the game, you could see more of her character and how she tried to let go of cleaning and how she tried to improve herself, but then got cut right when she was starting to get more character development. And I feel like she's a pretty forgotten character in the Inanimate Insanity fandom, which is really surprising to me because I recently just rewatched the season and she was so good in her last 2 to 3 episodes, and if she came back it would be a great addition to the season, and I could honestly see her winning it. And my second spot I have Pickle. Pickle got basically not that much character development at all in Season 1. I mean, he had his rivalry with Balloon and friendship with Taco, and that was really it. But then Taco ended up lying to his face the whole time, so it kind of felt like it meant nothing, and that's Pickle's story, really. Pickle was just friends with Taco, then got lied to. They didn't really build off that, and they didn't really go into how Pickle felt about it. They didn't really dive too deep into it in Season 2 with Taco or Pickle, except for that one motel scene. I think it would also be cool to see Pickle strategize because it's pretty clear Pickle's somewhat smart compared to the other characters, and Team Chicken Leg never went up to a contestant vote when there was a contestant vote in Season 1, so we never got to saw the aspect of that team. And I'm not counting that balloon elimination. Also, Pickle was really good in the challenges in Inanimate Insanity Season 1 too. And Pickle was one of my personal favorites from Season 1 who I'd want to see return. Number 3 I have Trophy, and I think Trophy would be a great antagonist this season. He's basically just a jerk to knife the whole season he was in, but then got eliminated in the 4th episode, so I never really got to see too much of Trophy's true competitive nature, but I feel like in a contestant vote, he could go super far and be one of the best, if not the best antagonists Inanimate Insanity's ever seen. It's also pretty obvious that Trophy isn't an idiot, and I feel like he could easily persuade people to vote with him and manipulate them, and I feel like you'd have to hate Trophy so much, and I feel like that would be great for Inanimate Insanity, because there really hasn't been anyone like that except for Silver Spoon. But Silver Spoon was more of a joke villain, Cabby had a good character redemption arc, and Microphone was basically being controlled by Taco the whole time, but I feel like Trophy would just be a good straight villain that you can just not like and root against, but yet still doing his job so you still somewhat like him. 4th, I have Kettle, and Kettle was eliminated way too early in Inanimate Insanity Invitational. There were so many other characters that could have been eliminated in her place earlier, like Clover or maybe Goo. Even though as much as I like Goo, I feel like Kettle deserved to stay longer. Her mom attitude and her friendship and / alliance with Balloon and Nickel was super fun to watch, and it would have been great to see them work and merge together, and maybe Kettle got eliminated 8th or 7th or something, but eliminating her that early, I was honestly pretty furious because that was such a good character. And I feel like with her early elimination, she'd be able to take the game more seriously and view it as a more strategic standpoint in the game than she did when she previously played. I also think she's one of those characters like Soap where it makes sense if she went super far in the season. Next up, I have Lifering, another sinker, and I don't know why these sinkers got eliminated so early. They were easily the best team on Inanimate Sanity, but that's besides the point. Lifering being eliminated 3rd was, again, pretty crazy to me. I really like his personality. He was also pretty good in the challenges, and I wouldn't even say he was the main reason they lost. Her strategy would have worked if Nickel didn't leave, but they still ended up voting out Lifering. I feel like there's still a lot more to Lifering's character, and I feel like his elimination wasn't that satisfying, similar to Kettle's. If he did return, I wouldn't expect him to go super far either, but I could like to see him making the merge and still being a memorable character in Inanimate Sanity. I think him being eliminated 3rd was pretty bad. The first 5 I was pretty certain on who I wanted to return, but these last 5 were getting swapped and swapped with a lot of different characters, so I might change my mind, but these are my final 5, and this is probably going to be pretty controversial. Next, I have Fan, and I was trying to avoid characters competing in their 3rd seasons, but neither of Fan's eliminations really satisfied me at all. I mean, he came last in the challenge in Inanimate Sanity Season 2, which is like, yeah, okay, I get it. There are more important characters in the show still, but they didn't really close off any of his story or anything with the egg. I mean, they did close off the stuff with the egg, kind of, but it wasn't really a good, like, character ending. We didn't really get to know that much about Fan. His whole thing was no one really knew that much about him, and he never really wanted to, like, talk about himself, but then that never ended up actually happening. They still kicked him off while that character plotline was still going, and I feel like they could have ended that episode. But I feel like they went way too hard on microphone and the knife stuff. They put way too much attention on that, and that also didn't really build too much stuff anyways. So they just wanted to put most of the screen time on them. And then him getting eliminated second in the third season also didn't really satisfy me at all. I mean, I could kind of see it coming, but I still didn't really like the elimination. Another character who I wasn't super satisfied with leaving was Candle. I think Candle had a lot more in her. I think she should have went farther than Yin Yang and Bo because we knew they weren't going to win. And I really liked Silver Spoon and Candle's connection. I think a good Final Four would have been Balloon, Nickel, Candle, Silver Spoon, but that's a conversation for another day. There's also a lot of the characters that I want to see return. I'd like to see interact with Candle, like characters like Soap and Trophy. I think it'd be super cool and interesting because of how different the personalities are. And I don't really need to see Candle go super far. I mean, she had her moments. She had her season in season 3. But I want to see her interact with more characters and be kind of that character that's like a help character. Or a support character for a character like Soap or Pickle. Next, I have Paper. And I want Paper to return for the sole reason for a support character for Pickle. Because no one else would really know what Pickle went through. And Pickle's relationship was like with Taco returning to the season. Except for Paper. Because Paper went as far as Pickle did. And Paper and Pickle, I don't think were ever not friends, but they did have the 2-on-2 rivalry for most of the merge. And Paper, again, isn't a character that I need to see go super far. I just want to see Paper and Pickle's interact a lot, especially in the pre-merge, so he can give Pickle that extra boost he might need, or just a comfort for the Taco situation. And the last two characters I'm going to be talking about are Marshmallow and Lightbulb, and I know a lot of you are thinking they do not need to return, and I 100% agree. I think they're just a good popularity clutch because everyone would like to see them return, and they don't need to go super far, maybe early merge, like late pre-merge. It'd be cool to see Marshmallow and how she plays the game without having friends like Bo and Apple and Paintbrush, and also I want to see Lightbulb help characters like Fan. And if Lightbulb hypothetically does get eliminated early, you can see how Fan interacts without having many friends in the game since he's always had these friends in the game. But that's why they're at the bottom of my list. I could literally replace these with any of the super popular characters. I just think Lightbulb and Marshmallow are the most I'd like to see come back the most because a lot of the other character stories have already wrapped up. And Marshmallow and Lightbulb's stories haven't really super wrapped up, except for maybe Lightbulb's. So like they've kind of wrapped up. Like they do have a satisfying ending, but it would be nice to see them compete again for a little bit. Anyway, that is my Season 4 Inanimate Insanity cast, and this is my giveaway news. I'm going to be making a video super consistently in September. I made an unrealistic goal of saying if I could post a video every month, and I got caught up in summer and all that other stuff, so I wasn't able to post a video in the past 2 months, which is my bad. And I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to be doing the $100 giveaway, but from here on out to September, to win the giveaway, you have to comment and like every single one of my videos till the end of September, and then if you do that, you're going to be put on a randomizer spin wheel, and then that will be your chance and your shot to win that $100. But anyways, I'll see you in the next video.